Hi papillons, welcome back to my channel. This is Phatcat and this is the YouTube channel where we go into the topics of spirituality, astrology, sound healing, self-development, music production and so much more. And continuing with the Venus series, today we're going to jump into Venus in Taurus. What does it mean to have your Venus placement in the zodiac sign of Taurus? So let's first get into refresh about what the Venus is all about. What is the planet of Venus about? Planet of Venus is all about love. It's about relationships. It's about beauty. It's about aesthetics and style. The planet of Venus is also about finances and yes, creation and fertility as well. So we will be mostly focusing on the love, relationship and style aspects of Venus in Taurus for the purpose of our video. Okay, and now what is Taurus all about? Okay, Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It is the fixed earth sign. Taurus is all about the five senses. Okay, that is touch, smell, taste, you know the rest of it. So Taurus is all about the senses. It's all about the physical touch, the physical realm, the smells, the touches, the tastes, the textures, the kind of music they listen to, anything to do with the senses. Taurus is there. Okay, Taurus is fixed in its nature, which means that it's not going to budge, it is not going to move. If you look at a cow that is sitting in the middle of the traffic, you see sometimes in India, especially where I live, in Bangalore, in Goa, anywhere in India basically, even like Rajasthan when I went there, you see what happens, right? When there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of cars, all of these cars are just moving around, and then you have these cows just sitting in the middle of the road taking up space. And even if the car is moving super fast, okay, the cow is not going to budge. You see the buffalo or the cow or the ox, they're just there, they're not going to budge, they're just chewing on the cud, and they are forcing the bikers and the cars to kind of veer and take other routes and to be flexible and to kind of move around them. They're like, here we are the boss, we're the bosses of the roads, and it's almost like they don't care if they get killed in the process. They're still going to sit there, take up space, take up time, basically taking up the physical space. And that is exactly what a Taurus is like. Okay, when you are around a Taurus in general, you get a sense of comfort, you get a sense of solidity and support. You just feel naturally supported and you feel naturally at ease around them. So they have that quality of making the other person feel at home. They have the quality of making the other person feel supported, almost in a physical sense, okay, of grounding you. So let's look at what happens when the Venus is in Taurus. Similarly, like with the Taurus, when the Venus is in Taurus, this person has a solidity about them. This person has a groundedness about them. Their energy is going to be very soothing. Their energy is going to be grounding. It's going to be calming. It's that heavy Mother Nature, Gaia vibes coming through, right? Because Taurus is the earth goddess, goddess of the earth. So you're going to get a sense of, oh, I'm just supported, I'm just secure. And for Venus in Taurus, this same thing, that is what they need. They want more of that in the partners that they are looking for. They want more of the comfort. They want more of the security. They want more of the stability. They want devotion and loyalty. Okay, so I would say in some ways there is a similarity with the previous sign I did, which is Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer and Venus in Taurus definitely have certain similarities, and they're also, I would say, highly compatible as long as they don't support each other's stagnation. As long as it doesn't get so comfortable that it starts stagnating. That can be an issue with a Venus in Cancer and Venus in Taurus. But in general, there is a lot of compatibility there because the Cancer is going to be flexible and the Venus in Taurus is going to be a lot more fixed and immovable, like the cow on the road. Okay, no shade to any of the Tauruses or Venus and Tauruses. I'm just stating facts. Okay, so let's get into what else about the Venus in Taurus. What else does it mean to have your Venus in Taurus? If you have a Venus in Taurus, you are drawn to all things that are beautiful. You are drawn to all things that are sensual. You're drawn to all things that are attractive, that are pleasing to the eyes, that are pleasing to your, to your olfactory system, that is pleasing to touch. So that could come in the form of, luxury clothing. That could come in the form of branded, jewelry, branded clothing. That could come in the form of cars, like sleek cars, like expensive cars, rare collectible cars. It could come in the form of anything that is rich, that is comfortable, that is high quality, that is sophisticated, that is elegant. Taurus and Venus in Taurus is highly drawn to these things and loves to accumulate those things, loves to have those possessions. So generally, if you see, a Venus in Taurus is very finance oriented. Okay, they love making money, but they don't make money to travel, let's say. They don't make money for, like, to educate others and so on. That's not going to be their focus point. Okay, for a Venus in Taurus, they make money so that they can satiate their own senses, so that they can make their home even more comfortable, even more aesthetic, so that they can buy clothes and fashion that, they are really fashionable as well. They're very well put together, they are very naturally attractive. So they are going to pour all their money into their physical possessions, into the material world, into their material realm. Okay, and into looking better, into smelling better, into feeling better. That's really something that they're very invested in. Okay, so for a Venus in Taurus, it's very, very important to find a partner who is also invested in financial stability, who is also invested in status, who also likes the finer things in life. So if you have a Venus in Taurus around you, they are going to kind of, just being around them may influence you to also dress up better, may influence you to, refine your own palate, so to speak. Because when it comes to food as well, they have a very refined sense. They want the best of the best foods, and they love, generally Taurus is loves food, and the Venus in Taurus also reflects the love for food. But not just when it comes to food, when it comes to so many other things. As I said, their clothing, all their possessions, whatever they own in their home, the car, the transportation, the makeup, the jewelry. They just want high quality in everything, and they're willing to work hard for that. The other thing about Venus in Taurus is that, because of the astrology placements, they don't have to work as hard. Why? Because Venus is in its sign of Taurus, right? It's a home sign for Venus. Okay, because Taurus is already ruled by Venus, so the compatibility there is already done, it's already made. So there's this Venus in Taurus is going to thrive in that atmosphere. There's going to be a sense of just thriving, of just being really luxurious, of being effortlessly luxurious, because of the sign, because of the compatibility there between Venus and Taurus. Okay, so Taurus is very comfortable in Venus, or should I say Venus is very comfortable in Taurus. Both are about love, about beauty, about finance, about comforts, about so on. So because of the natural affinity, there's going to be a thriving of this individual. This individual will always pretty much be comfortable when it comes to finances. When it comes to money, the money will be there for them, although they are very much also willing to work hard and put in the effort, and they don't mind putting the effort as long as they can invest in those things that they like, in accumulating those possessions that they are so attached to, I would say. And this attachment can then become the shadow trait, where Venus and Taurus can come off as too materialistic, too money minded, a little obsessed with only the physical realm, at the detriment of, let's say, their own spiritual evolution, at the detriment of all other things. There can be a little bit of too much obsession on looking good. There can be too much of an obsession on showing everybody that their status is higher, that they are rich, that they are so well to do, they're so affluent. That can become a shadow trait for the Venus in Taurus. Okay, let's go into what else Venus in Taurus is all about. Venus in Taurus is, as I already said, they're very supportive. Okay, they're going to be very comforting. They kind of understand you when it comes to the sensibility, so they're going to pamper you. They are very good at giving the appropriate gifts. They will give you amazing clothes as gifts, or candles, or like some sort of very expensive scent like perfume, It could be anything, handbags, okay, because that's the kind of gifts that they would also appreciate. They're very good at gift giving, and they generally tend to pamper their partner and shower the partner with not only physical affection, physical touches, kisses, and so caresses and so on, but also with gifts that they can give. And they appreciate a partner who can give them gifts as well, who can give them very meaningful gifts, but not just meaningful in a sentimental sense. Like maybe if you just write a poem for a Venus in Taurus, they're gonna be like meh, you know. But if you buy them like a Gucci handbag, or if you buy them I don't know, Ritu Kumar gown or something, then they'll be a little more impressed. Okay, it may not be as basic as that. These are just very broad strokes that I'm making here. Of course, it could be something more niche, but they definitely get attracted to something that is very elegant and sophisticated when it comes to gifts. So you have to be a little careful when you give them gifts. Don't just be rash in your gift giving, and make sure that you're actually investing money in the gifts that you give them, because they adore gifts, and they adore gifts that are sophisticated and that show that you have invested in them financially. You know, that just makes them feel even more stable. Okay, now what else for a Venus in Taurus? Okay, Venus in Taurus needs a partner who is 200% loyal. Okay, 200% loyal and faithful. Okay, now Taurus in general is a possessive sign, is an inflexible sign. They don't like change, they like to be in their comfort. Okay, and the same with the Venus in Taurus. When it comes to love, they do not like change, they like stability. They do not like the idea of multiple partners, it just drives them crazy. They want simple, drama free relationships and commitments. They want commitments that have the backing of money, the backing of status, and the backing of loyalty. All of this has to be kind of signed and sealed. So they're not just going to throw themselves into relationships for the sake of, for fun or out of an impulse. They're going to think very carefully before they invest in you, because for them relationship is an investment. Relationship is not, oh, let's see where this goes, let's explore the journey. Nope. No. For them relationship is an investment, and they think long term. Okay, because they are all about the hard work, perseverance, and resilience, and these are already traits of a Taurus. So for them, a relationship has to be long term. It has to come with the unerring devotion of the partner. Whether it's a male or female Venus in Taurus, you are going to expect that in a relationship. So be very careful with the zodiac, with the synastry, with who is going to come into your life next when it comes to being a partner. Because Venus in Taurus, you are very possessive. Okay, you're quite traditional when it comes to relationships. You like to keep it simple, no frills, quite old fashioned, and with a lot of stability and security of both emotions and finances. So make sure if you are attracted to Venus in Taurus, you are ready to provide all of this. And also please upgrade yourself when it comes to the monies, because they love the monies. Okay. Okay, what else about Venus in Taurus? Okay, Venus in Taurus, this is something I also read about, and so I'm going to anyway share it. Okay, is that apparently Venus in Taurus have a natural ability to be good dancers and good singers. And this comes down to the fact that they are so well tuned and fine tuned to their senses. Okay, so that's because they have such a sensitive ear, and they're so sensitive to everything. It could be touch, it could be taste and smell. Because of that, they have, and also because of their determination, they have the ability to become maestros. You know, they can become amazing musicians because they're willing to put in the hard work, and they have that their senses are very well tuned already. Okay, they also have this very physical, sensual, languid nature, you know, that manifests in their physicality already. And this also enables them to be very good dancers, right? Because they're already very languid, they're already very sensual, they have that kind of beautiful Venusian flow going for them. Okay, and they may very much be also interested in becoming fashion designers, because that has everything to do with aesthetics and beauty and quality, which they are so very much obsessed with. Okay, now Venus in Taurus requires a partner also who is patient and flexible. So another Venus in Taurus may not very well work for a Venus in Taurus, because two Tauruses who are both inflexible, who are both immovable, who are both stubborn, who don't want to change, is just going to create a lot of conflict in the relationship. Okay, so it would be advisable that you don't have these two Taurus energies head-butting, and instead you have a cardinal, or maybe not a mutable energy so much, because mutable energy may become too mutable for a Venus in Taurus, but a cardinal sign may do well, because they are ready to be adjusting, they can be flexible, they can be patient, and they can also appreciate the quality that the Venus in Taurus is bringing to their life. Okay, because Venus in Taurus brings a lot of quality and a lot of creature comforts into your life, so they don't want that to be taken for granted, and they are loyal for life. When it comes to friends, when it comes to lovers, they will give you their entire loyalty and their entire friendship once they trust you. So they definitely need that back. They are incredibly possessive, and sometimes it's very difficult to keep that in check for them. They can get really jealous, they can burst out in rage and frustration when it comes to like relationships where they start doubting the partner. So beware of that Taurus anger just bursting into flames in front of your eyes. Okay, what else about Venus in Taurus? Okay, Venus in Taurus. These are some of the cons, as I mentioned. They're not going to be very mutable. They're not going to change for you. You may have to change for them. Just be aware of that, and understand what they are giving you. Understand why that's important to them. Try and understand it from their point of view. And if you like a Venus in Taurus, if you're attracted to Venus in Taurus, take it really slow, keep it really simple, keep it really romantic and sensual, like romantic candlelit dinners. You know, it could be something very traditional and cheesy like that, or like a movie that you've already rewatched. You're going to rewatch the same movie like for the 14th time or the 15th time. Venus and Taurus is going to love that. Or like wine, wine and cheese. Something very sensual, something very tasty, something very also at the same time sophisticated can really impress a Venus and Taurus. Okay, as well as the thing about the gifts. Okay, so Venus in Taurus, Venus, Taurus, yeah. So all of these things are really going to impress them. Take it very slow, don't confuse them. Also, don't make plans that are too impulsive. Don't bring in sudden changes into their life. Okay, and if you're polyamorous, I would just steer clear of a Venus in Taurus. Venus in Taurus will not be interested in that at all, not even one bit. They're going to really like rage at the fact that you wasted their time. So it's better to steer clear of that cow in the middle of the road. Okay. So that's about it for the Venus and Taurus, I think, and I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. And I will see you in the next video. If you like my content, if you find me and my content interesting, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and I would appreciate comments that are also negative. Not negative, like don't be mean to me, but I would love comments that are adding value, that are adding points to what maybe something I missed. Please illuminate me. I love learning. And thanks a lot for watching, papillons. See you in the next one. Bye. I did forget to mention something. I just remembered this, and it's kind of important. So because Venus in Taurus does not like change, they also tend to stagnate. They can get very stuck in their ways. They can get very closed off to trying new things, and this can be a huge con. It can be a huge shadow aspect for the Venus in Taurus, because that can also reel them into a depressive state where they're just going to be overeating, overindulging, or sleeping too much, giving into all their cravings to the point where they just start becoming this sluggish, messy heap that never wants to get out of their house. So that can be a con for the Venus in Taurus, and this sense of this indulgence has to be kept under check. There has to be more balance. So possibly dating a sign in the Venus, that where the Venus is more balanced, can really help a Venus in Taurus kind of regulate themselves. All right.